Hey everyone, we are dead at 5.
Alive at 5.
I'm Paul Wontorek.
I'm Andy Lefkowitz.
And oh my God, the new king of Halloween or queen of Halloween is here.
Yes.
Jay Armstrong Johnson,
Woo!
who is celebrating Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone!
Yes.
Tonight at 54 Below.
Yeah.
This is a new tradition, a new fantastic tradition, just like Halloween.
Yes,
just like Bette Midler's
indeed.
Halloween, which happened last night. I'm an odd mix of the Phantom and Elphaba. Just threw this together in 3 minutes. I'm sure you could tell.
Yes, and I threw this together in 30 seconds.
Our guest looks better than us.
Yeah, he sure does.
But we have some good news. So let's talk about the news.
Dude.
Big news.
Yeah.
So this Moulin Rouge musical
is
happening. And I think the developmental lab started yesterday. And we found out exclusively that Aaron Tveit and Karen Olivo are playing Christian and Satine in the musical. Which, I mean, this is big casting. We've been waiting to find out who's playing these parts forever. We all love this movie. And so this thing is the lab is going on through December 15th. So they're going to be, really digging into this. Alex Timbers is, of course, directing, booked by John Logan. The score is going to be interesting because what I'm hearing is some songs from the movie and then some other sort of pop songs thrown into it. So it's going to be interesting to see how the score ends up. They better do the Elephant Love Medley. I know they will.
I hope so.
I want to hear those two sing the Elephant Love Medley.
Oh my God, please.
I want to get into that.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's happening. What
Yes.
else?
So the band's visit is producing a cast album with Ghostlight Records. Before the show even opens, they've announced that they're going to put out a cast album. As we know, an original score by David Yazbek, who wrote The Full Monty, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Women on the Verge, and stars Tony Shalhoub, Katrina Lenk, John Cariani, Itai Benson, and Adam Cantor, and more. So really excited. That score is gorgeous.
When does it open? Next week?
It opens next week,
Yep, next week. Big opening.
Indeed,
it's like
next Thursday.
The big opening of the fall for the musicals. Ashley Parker Angel, he's a very pretty boy, and there are very pretty photographs of him and an interview that I did on the site. He, of course, is playing Fiyero in Wicked. And we talked about everything. We talked about his son. We talked about his love of... I love that he told me that Fiyero has been his dream role for his entire life, and I explained to him it wasn't written for his entire life. But since it was written, he loved it. And he looks really good with his shirt off.
He does.
And I'm sure everybody remembers. I'm sure everyone follows him on Instagram, and if you don't, you should. But he famously, when he was in the Wicked tour, put a photo up of his butt.
Really?
And we talked about it. I got the backstory. The
backstory.
Look at about that. Paul. So anyway, check out that feature. And Caitlin McNaney took some gorgeous photographs of him at the W Hotel in Times Square.
Yes. So the last ship is going to the UK. This is speaking of John Logan, with a book by John Logan and Brian Yorkie and a score by Sting.
Yes.
The musical was on Broadway the 2014 to 15 season. So good. Matt Rodin loved it.
Matt Rodin wishes he were in it. You should go be in it in London,
Seriously,
maybe.
man.
Yes,
go do
I can see you. You have the hat on right now. You fit in.
A sweeping musical, as I like to call it. And
sure.
And it's going to play the Northern Stage in Newcastle for a run from March 12th to April 7th, and then it'll play an 11-city UK and Ireland tour through July 7th.
Cool.
And something that's cool is that Jimmy Nail, who originated the role of Jackie White on Broadway, is going to reprise his performance for this run. So that's really neat. Yeah.
Cool. That's another great, beautiful score.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, Bette Midler every year does the Halloween, which is, what is it for? What does it benefit? The New York Restoration Project is something she's been doing for years. It's incredible. She always gets in costume and gets celebrities in costume. And this year was really fun because obviously she's on Broadway in Hello, Dolly. And all of her co-stars were there in fantastic costumes. Let's see, who did we get? We got Kate Baldwin was Eve to Will Burton's Adam. Taylor Trench was in full drag as Carmen Miranda.
Incredible. I can't get over
Jennifer
it.
Simard was a bee.
Yes.
Why not? Gavin Creel. Do you know who Gavin Creel was?
He just looked amazing, that's all.
He's a matador. He's a matador, and Beanie Feldstein was his bull.
Oh my God.
And and non-Hello Dolly people, Skylar Astin and Anna Camp were amazing as Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World.
Love it.
And Ben Platt was walking around as a cut extra from The Deuce. So he was in his 70s.
Yes.
Very similar to the video I'm sure you watched last week. Anyway, it was fantastic, and it was at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine, and it's an amazing tradition, and I think it's kind of like makes Halloween fun in New York, so I love it.
And there are photos on the site, so check them out.
That's the whole point. You can go see the photos.
They're incredible. So David Josephsberg is joining the cast of Waitress.
He's funny. I like him.
He's hilarious. He's going to step in for Christopher Fitzgerald in the role of Ogie for a run from November 3rd to 19th. As we all know, David Josephsberg he was an original cast member of Altar Boys, which makes me geek out.
He was the Jewish one.
Yeah, he was Abraham. Yeah.
Yes, Abraham,
and he's also been in Honeymoon in Vegas, Act of God, a bunch of shows.
Yep.
So
he's sort of like a go-to funny guy. So he's going to be great in that
And
role.
what's cool, the day he's joining is also the day that Jason Mraz is joining the cast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Friday.
Yes,
Awesome.
Friday, dude. You're going to be there, right?
Matt Roden's losing his mind for Jason Mraz. We have a new vlogger, Lily Cooper, and you can watch her new vlog. It just launched. What's it called? Getting Cheeky. Backstage at SpongeBob SquarePants with Lily Cooper. It's really fun. She takes us backstage. We meet her dog. She shows off her pipes. It's going to be a great 8 weeks with Lily Cooper. We love her. So thank you, Lily, for doing it, and thank you for doing a good job of it. My hat is flopping. Also, I want to say tonight's the first performance of Mean Girls in Washington, D.C.
Yes, the National.
So congratulations to everyone down in D.C.
Awesome.
And I think, is that it?
That is it.
Okay.
That is it.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Jay Armstrong Johnson.
Broadway's Come From Away is a Best Musical winner all across North America. This stirring and inspiring musical takes you to a place you never want to leave. Celebrate the best of humankind and the best in all of us at Come From Away, the remarkable true story of the small town that welcomed the world.
And all that jazz. Come on, babe, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. That jazz.
Downton Abbey's Elizabeth McGovern is superb in Time and the Conways. This plush and haunting revival is freshly gripping, a beautifully realized family drama, profound and timely. Time and the Conways.
On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window.
Hello, welcome back to Dead at 5. It's Halloween edition of Live at 5. I'm Paul Wontorek, and oh my God, I'm joined by Winifred Sanderson. Oh my.
Thank you, Paul, for that marvelous introduction.
I thought Jay Armstrong Johnson was joining us, but how are you? You look fabulous.
It's my favorite day of year, Paul.
Is it your favorite day of the year?
It is.
Yeah. So this is Jay Armstrong Johnson. You made Hunky Sailor on the Town. We've seen you. Hands on a Hard Way. We've seen you do many amazing things. This is a different creation of yours.
It's a little.
So you are at 54 Below
tonight.
Yes. And what's it called? Your show?
Jay Armstrong Johnson's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Not So Scary. Okay.
That's right.
And you started. How did this all start? I love this. This is like.
Hocus Pocus is actually my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Like, to be completely honest, I think it's
and many
Jessica
people
Parker
out there, of
and
course.
Bette Midler and Kathy and Jimmy's best work. And I've just had this. I've had this dream of putting together a huge Halloween spectacular and
I love it.
I put a spell on you and inviting all my friends to sing big Halloween songs, and so I made it happen.
Nice. I love it. And so is this something that you see becoming, is this now, you did it last year?
I hope so. I kind of want to be like the Halloween cabaret staple in New York City if I'm available and able.
So how did you actually pull this look together? It's fantastic.
Genius artists.
Okay.
Katie Beatty, who was our wig designer on The Town, she made all the sisters' wigs.
Okay.
My makeup is done by the brilliant Nicolette Gold. My costume was made by the brilliant D.W. Withrow, David Withrow.
Yes, of course.
And those are my three artists that helped me get in to Winnie.
Now it must be odd now that Bette Midler is in town.
It's weird.
Like she's really close.
It's weird.
You know, it's like she sort of, and didn't last year she dressed as Winifred,
Yeah,
right?
she
At the
did.
Halloween.
She totally did. And I actually met her daughter the other night at a dinner party, and someone like ratted me out because they're like, he's going to be your mom next week. And I was like, don't tell her that. But yeah, it's fun that she's on Broadway. I might even be doing a little Hello Dolly tonight at the cabaret
fun.
at the Halloween party.
Uh-huh.
But I'll be joined by Alicia Umphris and by Julia Madison and Danny Quadrino and Katie Thompson
Fantastic.
and Ben Fankhauser, just some really talented friends singing some good stuff and getting dressed up in fun costumes.
So has Halloween is it always, I hear a lot of actors say, well, we do Halloween every night. I've heard this often from actors. How do you feel about it? You like getting dressed up? And
Yeah, I think Halloween was my artistic outlet when I was a kid before I found theater. You know what I mean? It was my time to like be something completely different for that one night of the year. And I think it's always been my favorite. Like everyone's like, Christmas is my favorite. I'm like, no, Christmas ain't nothing. Halloween is where it's.
So what are some of your famous Halloween get-ups from your childhood or through the years?
There was a good 5-year stint where I was a clown every single year. I don't know what that says about me, but until like in the 5th year, I was like the bloody clown, because I was like, well, I'm 12 now, so I guess I need to be the scary clown. But I was. Freddie Mercury one year.
I like that.
Of course, I was this last year. I was like a steampunk drag deer the year before that. It was like very weird. I spent like 3 weeks working on my costume, spending way too much money on it. I've really dabbled in a lot of drag for the last few years because it feels like it's so in these days.
Is it?
Like with RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
And, it's become this like phenomenon where it's cool for boys to get dressed up like girls and go off and do what they used to do in their grandmother's closet.
Now, do you like being? Now, we're a few blocks from 54 Below. You'll be walking the streets as this, or is there gonna be an Uber? Is there gonna be
I'm gonna walk
Ubering?
the streets. I'll definitely walk the streets.
So, do you like when you're in drag, being on the streets and the attention and?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, especially if they recognize that it's Winifred Sanderson. The corset sucks. I hate corsets.
Yeah.
I can't really breathe right now, but
Really?
I'm pretending like I can.
But you're a skinny guy. I mean, you're muscular, but you're like thin. But it's just this is like a
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I've got a pretty wide rib cage. So this corset really
a manly rib cage.
That's right. That's right.
And so, Hocus Pocus, what is it about this movie? And actually, I saw a funny quote. People Magazine asked Bette Midler last night about the remake. So I guess Disney Channel's doing a remake, and she said, "I hear it's going to be cheap. It's going to be cheap." So that was her quote. I loved it.
Yeah, because they can't afford you, Bet. If they could, they would have.
Obviously, the original was Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Catherine Jamie, as you mentioned. Really sort of iconic, I feel like, for kids of a certain... Do you remember being a kid and discovering this movie?
Totally. I was probably 6 years old.
Yep.
They were playing it in theaters. It was like maybe one of the first movies I actually saw in the theater. And it has everything that a really fun Disney movie has, like suspense, like musical moments, like camp, great costumes. I mean, ridiculous, brilliant performances by those three ladies. And Thora Birch. I think Thora Birch's performance is really, really stunning in it, actually.
Yeah.
it's randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a real good one.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
What do you think about, George asked, would you want to be a part of a Hocus Pocus musical?
Yeah.
Like if somebody was like, let's just do this.
Absolutely. I'll be a part of a Hocus Pocus, literally anything. I mean, look at me. Look at me. But in the remake, I really just want to play like the band singer at like town hall, that like the skeleton band singer. Like that's my like dream. If Disney Channel would allow me to come and just be like the band singer, I would die for that.
So how do you determine what's a Halloween song tonight? So you said people are singing Halloween songs.
Right.
So does that have to do with the lyrics or the context or?
Yeah, a little bit. Like you might see Alicia Umphris in a wig that's half black, half white, and she might sing a song about a lady that really likes puppy dogs. You know what I mean?
Sure.
A really gorgeous arrangement of a lady that likes puppy dogs. You might see Danny Quadrino as the boy who lies a lot and his nose grows because he's a child, and the Winifred and her sisters want to suck the lives out of all the children. But we find out he's a puppet, so we can't suck him out.
Yeah.
Julia Madison might be showing up as our favorite nasty woman.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
She was here, I think. That nasty. Oh, the nasty woman.
The
nasty woman. Okay.
She just has a book out. You should get it. Apparently, it's really good.
Okay. All right. Is it fun to gather your friends and sort of get to show them off as well?
Yeah. 3 of my artists fly in from Texas. We grew up doing theater together. So my drummer, one of my backup singers, and Mary Sanderson, and also my projection designer, graphic designer, and the guy that and our videographer. They fly up from Texas and they stay with me for the week.
Fantastic.
And we like create together one time a year during like Halloween, and so it's a big family event. And there's like 10 to 12 of us from Texas that are playing little bit roles in the little show.
So how long did this actually take today to do this?
We've done it in about an hour and a half. We had a little extra time today, but this took about 2.5 hours altogether.
Okay.
To make the magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and do you only do this? Do you ever do this like at home, like on a day off? Just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do her tonight.
No, because I can't really do any of
You
this.
need the team. You need the team. Did you have another Halloween this weekend, or is this tonight? Tonight is actually Halloween.
Yeah, I shot actually Quantico this week.
Oh, right.
That was fun.
Flip side. The other Jay Armstrong Johnson.
When he's not a drag queen, he's fighting terrorism or creating terrorism. You don't know. Who knows?
Do people on the set of Quantico know that you do this? And
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the hair and makeup room especially, they like gag about like the makeup and the hair. And so, I think a few of them, one of my makeup artists from Quantico is actually getting a lot of our characters into makeup right now.
Uh-huh.
Stephanie Brooke Barnes. She's a genius artist.
Somebody whose name I can't pronounce said maybe Patty LuPone could be Winnie in a musical. Or you. But
I'm into that.
You're into the Patty LuPone thing.
I'm totally into that.
Have you met Bette Midler, or do you have any does she know this happens? Is she
I don't think
traumatized by it? Or
I mean, how many like drag queens are getting dressed up as the Sanderson sisters these days now? You know, I have not met her. She's one of my heroes. I hope to meet her one day.
Yeah.
Just meeting her daughter alone last week was like, oh my
she's
God.
very sweet.
Yeah, she's the sweetest.
Yeah, I interviewed her once. She's cool, and she gets it.
Yeah, she's chill, and
yeah.
we realized that we're the same age, and you know, I'm like, sorry, I love your mom's movies so much.
And then there's also somebody asked about Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, that's another one. They did that. They did a thing before last week, I think, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I was on Friday.
All right, Matt Roden was in it.
How'd it go, Matt?
She's so offended. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
God,
I heard it was great.
This is not a good look for me.
The hair's great.
It's
really
not
thin.
good.
It's really thin.
It's not, it's the cheapest hair you've ever seen.
Well,
so of course you will sing the song.
Absolutely.
That's that, and there's a great video of you singing the song on YouTube. Really fun video. And people, what's it? 2 shows, right?
2 shows.
7.
I think 9:30 is sold out.
Not sold out.
So there are a few more tickets left to the 7 o'clock performance.
Okay.
At 54 Below tonight.
What would be? Have you ever, if you were gonna like do drag another look, like who would be like your inspiration? Is this sort of like the ultimate for you? Obviously, you're like sort of paying homage to a character.
Sure.
If you're not a drag queen, you're an actor.
Yeah. If I had to choose another character to be in drag, it would probably be like Reba McEntire, which is probably like very similar to what I'm looking like right now.
That's sort of just like an offshoot of this.
Yeah.
I feel like you could
She would just be a little more Texan, and like she'd probably sing fancy. And then I've maybe sung that every time I'm at karaoke, like always.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, so what else is anything else going on you want people to know about, or
No. Quantico's coming up.
Yep.
Tune in, season 3. It's gonna be awesome.
Do you love doing TV?
I do.
Yeah.
It's a completely different. It's a different thing. It's a different beast.
Yeah.
Really, really long hours. So it can get boring at times, but like the moments between like action and cut are like it's exhilarating, and you don't know what's gonna happen, and you just show up and it all like happens magically, and then it's it's an editor's medium.
Yes.
So you do your work, and then they make you look good, whether you're good or not.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
But compared to like the hard work of something like On the Town,
Right.
I mean, is it an easier life?
I would say it's an easier life. I mean, On the Town was extensively hard just because the upkeep of my body and just the stretching, and I would definitely say that at least me being a recurring character, because I don't know what it is to be a series regular who's on set every single day and having big scenes, like every day. So it's been a little bit of a cushy job and very fun, and I've learned a lot. And Priyanka Chopra's taught me a lot because she's a genius when it comes to like reading camera angles. Like, I look at these cameras, I'm like, oh no, what do I do? And she's been really awesome at teaching me that like thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's stunning too.
She's pretty ugly.
I'm actually very transfixed by your eyebrows right now. There's a lot. The detail up close. It's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Can you zoom in, Matt?
Everybody can really see.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go in. We're going in.
Oh yeah.
We're going in.
We're going in. Brought to you by Nicolette Gold.
Oh, okay. Oh yes, we are. Look, we're going in.
Your eyes really pop. Like they really, really pop.
Do they?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Do you like it?
It's fantastic.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Show your nails. Show your nails.
Yes. I did these on the way here, and by we, I mean Nicolette did. There's this one. She's doing pretty well, right? A little janky, but I think I'll call her Sweetie.
Well, I love that you're not on Broadway because you're putting all this energy tonight, and you miss being on stage, and tonight you're sort of like channeling everything and giving everyone a good 2 shows, so you could still maybe get into the 7 o'clock, which is like an hour and a half, maybe. Yeah. Go beg over 54 below.
Do it to
and 9:30 might be a lost cause, but
maybe.
Yeah. And then after, do you turn this into? Is there going to be like an after?
Yeah.
Or is this sort of?
We'll probably party afterwards somewhere in the vicinity. Yeah. Most likely at Characters across the street.
That's usually the spot.
That's where we go.
And this whole thing will stay.
We'll be dressed like this all freaking day. Paul Wontorek.
I love it.
I'm excited.
Thank you so much for showing off this amazing creation.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome here.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Jay and Winifred, and everyone. Go check it out. 54 Below. Jay Armstrong Johnson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with another amazing guest.
Happy Halloween.